Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild, and it took a long while to record the next episode because, yeah, my computer broke down again. It kind of was always the same problem that I kind of had to deal with. So my main hard drive was always a bit finicky because it broke, and I just fixed it by gluing some things on it. And let's say it that way, that's not something that leads to the greatest stability when it comes to running that thing as the main hard drive. So I had to change it out again. I did that before with an M.2 SATA drive, and that also did some weird things. So now I bought another SSD, built that in a normal one basically, and hopefully that leads to a bit more stability when it comes to my PC. But main thing is, I can still use the old SSD if it's not for real crazy purposes, and so I'm running SE now off of it. Some games, some smaller games, because it's not a big SSD. So my computer was down for the count for a few days, and so I'm now here for things. So I have to deal with the light situation. That's something that I got a comment by Alessia that said that there is another extreme light source that I should test with the crazy reach, and I want to bring that in a bit. And I also want to test out some things with the wings again, with the aerodynamic wings. I need to build some more, some different drives for the birds that will fly here. I want to, for one, test out what vector thrust, how vector thrust is influenced when it comes to the aerodynamics. If they play well together, then maybe that makes some things easier. One thing I would like to test is if the thing can deal with. I know that it does, as far as I know, but I want to test how that looks. If it can work together with rotors, if I can fix a rotor to it and then have that thing be the lift, and I want to start the SSTO, so the single stage to orbit. Again, every ship here is single stage to orbit, but in the real world, there is a form of SSTO, and I have to be precise, otherwise people will hang me, that basically works as a normal plane and then is able to just shoot into space and work there as a rocket. And that would be nice to have. A thing that I can fly down here as a plane and that I can just use to go up to orbit. And then I want to fix some wings to my green AC-10 ship, and we need a naming ceremony. I need to move that to a different point. So short update. You can see that I have done some work down here with the barriers, the hangar fields. So I have basically cut off this part of the hangar from the rest of the ship by these fields, and the front and the back here are set up to be airtight. They're airtight from the top there, so the whole staircase here is basically leads up to the deck. Top deck is closed off there, and then leads down here to the next deck is closed off here too, because the bottom is not airtight yet, and that will come later. I'm setting up all the machines down here and bring them to work, because I still haven't removed the other ship yet. I've moved the ships over. That is something I've done, but again, I need to remove the whole thing, but for that I need a good refinery and all that set up. So the last time when the update came out, I didn't talk about the emissive strips, these nice things that you can use to make some markings, or you can use them as power cables. They are so similar to the tubes that were in the Eister's pack, that, and they are very similar to a mod that just brought out power cables, and you can use them like that. So these, nice way to decorate. If you make them gray or something like that, then they don't have these shiny colors. The thing is, these are emissive strips, not lights, so they have bright colors, but they don't do a lot. So if you come in, that's not really nice. So I tested the lift. It's a bit hard to get the ship on the lift here. I might have to do some work with the modded parts that I have, so that this fits a bit nicer. You can jiggle it onto it. And I had to deal with some issues with the wheels, so that the wheels have more friction. Otherwise, the ship would completely just slide constantly. I brought that up. Worked out. Good. Okay, let's start with things. Extreme lights will be installed. I want to... The world will go down, will go back up with the extreme lights, and I will install some extreme lights so that I have some lights down there. With space engineers, I will have the problem that the lights, if they have a real crazy radius, will also light up the top here. Maybe that's okay, and maybe I can live with it. I will take a look how that looks, and then I will start the first experiments with the aerodynamics. That should be good. So for a bit of light, it doesn't look like a light, so it doesn't have nice things. Maybe we can change that, but let's take a look. The radius is what makes it here. So with that, I have a bit of a light source throughout the whole ship, and I don't need to bring down all the lights everywhere. I will live with this for now. It works up here too. The floor is a bit dark, so maybe we have to put down another one, but it does what it is supposed to do. To give a bit more light into everything, and I don't have to flood the whole thing with lights and lights and lights. So, okay, next thing. The mod is, by the way, by square brackets, LP square brackets, and then shadow. It's called Extreme Lights now with corner lights. So it gives a complete different set of lights. Just to show you extreme interior lights and extreme corner lights. Thanks to Alessia for noticing that and mentioning that, because that helps out. And Space Engineers doesn't work too well with lights. So Space Engineers, when it comes to too many lights, then it slows down. That's why I like the room lamps, because they had a huge radius, and they had problems recently. That's why I had to remove them. I'm not sure if they are repaired. These extreme lights do what they are supposed to do. So what do I need? I need landing gears. Landing gears. I need cockpit. I will use the fighter cockpit. Then I need thrusters. We can use the new ones, I would say. Or sci-fi. Yeah, we need to use the sci-fi thrusters. We will get rid of this. Then reactor. We'll use a standard reactor. Maybe batteries? Not sure. The big one is a lot of stuff to just lose if it crashes. And we will use... gyros. The rest will come later. Good. The wings will be added later. So we need a landing gear just to prop up that thing. This will be the first test with, I would say, with some gyros. I want to see... okay, no. I want to see how the gyros influence... No, the gyros. The wings influence... What am I talking about? I'm so out of the... So, this will be the first test with some vector thrust. So, with vector thrust, usually a programmable block takes over and makes all the changes on the thrusters to have the ship fly where you want to have the ship. Usually you don't need extra thrusters for vector thrust, because you add one in the back that basically is there to regulate side thrust and down thrust, and then two on the sides that are for forward, backward, and down thrust, down and up thrust, basically. And I want to see how vector thrust behaves with the wings, because if it behaves well with the wings, then yeah, we can use the wings to just have lift in the system that that helps us to keep the whole thing in the air without vector thrust interfering too much. One thing that might be problematic is because the wings, they don't act from the start. They act once that thing has a certain speed. So it could be that what am I doing? It could be that vector thrust doesn't take kindly to that. Oh. I just wanted to say, why are you deleting my inputs? Okay, now bulletproof glass. Let's see, what's missing here? Metal grids. One thing I like, the whole thing is all in all a bit snappier, I have the feeling. I'm not sure how it is in the recording, but for me it feels all a bit snappier. Good. So I need reactors. And I need some some gyros. We'll go with these two. This thing might just get normal landing gears. I have to see how the whole thing reacts with landing gears. I used wheels on the other one that have no friction, so that I can land it like a plane. This thing should be able to just land without anything. So let's hope. I will have to see if I need side thrust. I have to see if I really need side thrust on this thing. We'll test that out. Just go with some uranium. Do I have uranium? I have a bit left, so let's just go. No! That was a bit too much. I want to go with a relatively small test plane, just because it is not needed to have crazy amounts of stuff in here. I just want to see how the wings influence the whole thing. Let's use these ones. Use them on here and on here, and now just have a row on the back too. Six. I would say I finish the build and then come back to you with hopefully a finished product for this. And I hope that vector thrust is not completely misbehaving with this. That would be nice. If vector thrust is working with this, we can do some nice things hopefully with it. Okay, back in a second. That's as small as it gets in this instance, so I don't know, it could be smaller, but we just want to test it. I fitted some wheels just to stay consistent with everything. Let's turn this on. Turn it on. Turn on the thrusters. Dampeners. Turn them on. We will keep the dampeners for now. One thing that I would like to see is the cruise mode. Cruise mode with vector thrust works in a way where it basically negates side slip and all that stuff, and down the force that pulls you down, gravity, and it just lets you cruise straight ahead. If that works with this, that would be neat. Let us see how well. Oh, we need more energy. So that it works when we are slow, that's a given. The vector thrust always did that very well, but does it work when we are not slow. So let's just place down 2 more reactors. I will use this thing to test out the whole thing with the propellers. Basically, I will use it for that too. Can just rearrange it, put some wings on some rotors. That should work hopefully really fine. I just want to see if it does anything anyways. Good, let's see. No. I should always take a look at the screen before I do anything. So, okay, now we have enough power. Now the question is, what does it do? See that? There is a force pulling up. So it moves without me doing anything. And I need sight. Oh, I'm coming close to the... I'm coming close to the... to the stations that are here. So... I'm going down. Now the question is, will it pull me? So something is pulling on the... Oh, it works really well. It works really well. I need some sight. I need some of these side stabilizers with the wings. And then it works really well. I don't have any trouble with it. That's amazing. I don't know how the wings do it. If the wings, how they exert force. They are not, I can't take a look at them. They are not things that just say, okay, these are the numbers. But I'm flying straight ahead. I'm not lifting. I'm not getting speed in different directions. So you can see down there the artificial horizon, the cross in the middle. It shows us where where the force is pulling us. And it is not doing what I thought it would do. That it shows the little cross just going off the line there and just going up because there's a force that it exerts in a certain direction, and it seems the thrusters are not, vector thrust is not completely irritated by a force that's suddenly there. That's neat. Okay, let me bring that down. We will put some some stabilizing wings on there. And then we do another test. And then we will put on some, rotors basically. So, let me put... come on. 3. We'll go 4. So that I'm far away from the wing text panel. Can I go and do it that way? Pretty sure I can. what does it do to the whole thing? I know it looks dumb and it is not the nicest thing. So you can see that the thruster does something, but it is definitely doing a lot less. So the wings help by in pulling that thing around. You can see that the cross there moves a lot less. So there's enormous forces basically in there. But it seems that Vector Thrust is completely okay with it. So that's neat. That's a really, really neat thing. With Vector Thrust now I can do crazy things and maybe bring... Okay, another test. So we are speeding up. Energy is needed to keep us in the air. I don't see the energy going down, so there is still thrust put into the down direction. That's a weird thing. So how do we get along without a back thruster? That's the next thing we should test. So recompile this so that vector thrust knows what it is dealing with. So it lifts up normally. That works. And side slip is good because we have the side thrusters. So that's definitely neat. R is the cruise mode. It works as it should. So the cruise mode is not that good that it can do sharp turns very well. It tries to negate small movements where it basically keeps the thrust going, but with these amounts of that was a hard turn. Can we land that thing? We definitely can land that thing. Even that way. It side slips. That's now a problem. That's where the thrust would be. So the speed is gone. So we basically and I have the cruise mode still on. So we can now only go forwards, but it definitely works. Oh, that's neat. That's really neat. We can do more with vector thrust there. Good. Next thing. Let me bring that over and then we do some tests with... Come on. Just... No. I'm trying to fly the ship now. That's a bad thing. So with normal thrusters that would work. With the vector thrust it doesn't. So I can't do curves really well. Good. Next thing. Props basically. I want to see if that is something that works. If it just goes up and if I can use it to exert force on that thing and fly it. I know that it should work. I saw other people work with it and do crazy things with it, but we will see if... Okay. What we need there. I'm not sure. Okay, let me modify this and then I will come back to you and we will take a look. I'm not sure at all that this works, but I have basically speed controls now. I can set the speed of the whole thing, and again I need that. I know that a real helicopter would need more, but I don't need the helicopter effect. I just want to see what happens, and I have some thrusters on here to hopefully bring me safe back down. Oh, what's happening there? I need that. That's something I need to turn off. I hope that doesn't show up in the video. That Discord is now writing me messages. Okay, we can speed that up. You can see that the rotors are basically counter-rotating, so that hopefully the forces just counter each other out. Oh no. No, they don't. Ah, okay. Okay, then I don't know how to set this up. So one rotor is set to 18 RPMs minus 6 RPMs. So 18 RPMs. So that's not enough. The problem is that I can just say increase and decrease the velocity for the different things, but I might have to set them up individually. So these can be removed, remove, and then can I move? This can be removed too. So this is rotor. Increase, decrease, increase, decrease. So this one I want to increase and the other one needs to oh, that's all the RPMs I can get out of them? That's not a lot. So, good. That doesn't seem to work too well. Any force. There seems to be no force at all. So, okay, I think I can turn that off. That maybe needs some more work. So you can't bring the RPMs up to levels where that would lift, or you would need. Would more wings help? Let's test that out. If more wings help, but I think then I need to rearrange this. I will rearrange this. I don't want to go too much overboard here. That's what I've put on now. And now let's see. That turns in the right direction. And that turns in the right direction. Just bring them full up. Turn off these. No, it doesn't help. So more is not helping here for now. Rotor speed, yeah, that would be the only thing that I could think of that maybe helps in any way. Let's see. So with thrusters, that thing lifts, but that does nothing. Can I? The rotor torque is not the problem here. It is that just there is not enough speed in here to do anything major. It's not even pulling the whole thing along. So sadly, that is not working. Maybe with more rotors, some real clangy thing. But ugh. I had something on my my microphone. Sorry for blowing into your ears. Okay, that's not what we need here. Too bad. It's too bad. That would have been nice, but that's not what's happening here. Let us cut all of this off. Good. The next thing would be to start with something that can carry us to orbit. I think I will set this up then really with a bigger reactor, because the thrusters that work everywhere need a lot of power yards. Good. Drop that thing to the front. Now the weight is off. Okay. I will just use this thing again. Set up some ion engines. I will maybe use the new ones. Don't know, the design is nice. And then have some of the pulse thrusters on the back. If I just use pulse thrusters and use every other thruster to every other side, I shouldn't have any problems. So let us test this. So remove this again. I just had this as a counterweight, as a very failed counterweight. And then we just remove a bit of the width of these things. And then wings. Can we use some of the big ones? Yes. I just want to see if that flies really nice, if it carries us up, and if we then can use it in space normally with the ion thrusters. So the wings, as far as I know, don't work in space. So they will just stop at one point and not do anything anymore. Question is, when do they do that? Is it once they are high enough in the atmosphere? Do they still work in all atmospheric conditions? I'm not sure if atmospheric conditions. So is it still working if the atmosphere gets thinner? That's just what I have to say with that. It's not. So pulse thrusters. I want to use the version 2 pulse thrusters, and we will use the small ones just in the back here, and then some ion thrusters into every direction. I will use vanilla ones here. I know that that there is pulse. There is ion thrusters from the pulse thrusters too, but I might want to go with vanilla ones for now. So to the front, we will have one of these two. Side, up and down. Coming in now. 9. And then one up. Where to put that thing? Just back here. 9. So the ion thrusters will work down here, and maybe they will grab some of the power that we have in here. But usually kilowatts. Ugh, okay, let's see. Oh, okay, I don't know. No, okay, see, that's the problem. The butt thrusters put out crazy amounts of energy. Let's bring down the wheels a bit so that we can move that thing. Maybe we just need one. Direction to 20. Maybe we just need one. Maybe that works out. With one, we should be able to reach space, hopefully. I don't know. We will see. I can't move up there anymore. It is still just overpowering the reactors. That's crazy. Maybe once we are in the air. Let's just try it. Speed. Go up. It is still completely overpowering our systems here. Okay. But we are going up, so that definitely works. The big problem that we have is that okay, we need another reactor. That thing uses up crazy amounts of energy. Whoa, okay. Drones coming in. Drones coming in. No. You will comply. You will comply. Please comply. Oh, crash landing. Ugh. It is the thrusters. The thrusters take so much energy that I can't control that anymore. So just punching it doesn't help here. I need more power. Let me fix this. Let's see if there's any limitations to the weight of the wings. If that would be the case, then please definitely find that out. One thing I noticed is... Oh, I've put more gyros on. Let me turn 2 of them just off. I will keep them. One thing I noticed was that I had my dampeners turned off. That is completely the wrong move. That shouldn't happen. So let's see, another try. Now we have enough power, at least, to start that thing. It seems it is still flying. Can we go straight up? Usually you wouldn't want to do that. But it seems to work. So let us just fly straight up. I want to leave the atmosphere basically. See, the wings shouldn't work then anymore. Even if they do, it seems that they don't exert forces where it just pulls me up for some reason. It seems it negates certain things instead of putting stuff into the system. Basically, it's a weird thing. So usually we would lose speed now. Usually we would go and not have any more thrust from the thrusters, so that works. The wings seem to not let us down. We are still going up. Ion thrusters have set in, but the question is, do other things happen that are maybe a lot more problematic? Doesn't seem that way, so hopefully we don't lose speed. Still not. Now the question is, if we fall down again, what happens then? Can we bring this thing under control when we go into atmosphere? We will leave the atmosphere just for a short trip, nothing special. I want to mainly see if side slip happens or anything. The thrusters don't try to bring us up anymore. That's a good thing. So now we are basically... No, it works like a normal ship. So ion thrusters don't work in the atmosphere. Now they should work again. So hopefully for the right... Basically, I would hope that the wings stop working once the ion thrusters reach a certain amount of thrust capabilities. I don't know. But it seems to work really well. That is neat, because then again we can, if this thing also brings us down really well and we can just go into the atmosphere and they just work there, then ooh, can we make a glider? That would be another thing that we need to find out. I say maybe it works with that thing. Come on, leave the atmosphere already. Or the planetary gravity. It's not atmosphere. People will give me crap for that. It's the planetary gravity. We are leaving the atmosphere. We should have already left behind us. So now, ooh, okay. So yeah, the wings definitely don't work here anymore. So usually the wings would have really just ripped us around and brought the force vector or whatever it is under control. So that's a good thing. We have now a normal starship that we can use. And now we just go back and see what happens then. Ugh. See, there's this fog layer around the planet that makes living there not nice. Okay, I will go with the dampeners and see if at one point the dampeners, if the wings. Okay, how to explain? If the wings don't react to the dampener. So if the wings are just a thing that's in there that reacts without the thrusters doing anything, that would be nice, because I don't know how they are programmed. I can't explain that. I can just make my own tests and see if anything there reacts to whatsoever. So the wings don't work here. They should work once we go below 8,000. That would be something like, yeah, then atmosphere. That's where the atmospheric thrusters work. What I want to know is, do the wings, are the wings independent from the thrusters, from the dampeners? Again, I don't know how they are programmed. If the wings are set up in a way where they stop working once the dampeners are off, then yeah, we need to see how this works. So we are getting turned around, and I don't know why. See that? I'm not touching the mouse right now. Lifting up the mouse so that there's nothing in the mouse. No. See, this is something, I don't know where that comes from. Maybe it is the wings reacting. So the cross, once the wings grip again, basically, or have lift again, the cross in the thing there should slowly walk towards the middle, because then we see that the wings do their job, basically. I don't have an override setup, so that is not the gyros that are doing this. That must be something with the wings, but I will check that later. Maybe it's the wheels or something. So do we see the cross move to the middle at one point? That would mean, see how it works. The wings definitely there is definitely something happening regarding the wings. See that? We should go down, but we aren't. Oh, this is so neat. The wings really help once we are in atmosphere. That's cheaty. They shouldn't help that way. But what we can do is basically fly a ship into the atmosphere without thrusters, and the wings would make it able to just twist and turn slowly. So down here we definitely need some thrust to, if we change the direction too hard, then we definitely need some thrust. Okay, let us bring that thing down. See, now it definitely works. No. Whoa, okay. Did we? No. You. Wheel. That works nicely. That works absolutely nicely. I like it. That's how we want that. Can we? Okay, the thrusters have some. They have some force down here. That's not problematic. Good. That gives us all the answers. We can't do props. We can do vector thrust. That's neat. And we are able to have our SSTO. These things make no trouble in space, anything. That's neat. Good, good. People, I think we should end it here. We did some experimenting with the wings. And again, other people did already. I didn't do that too much. So hope you can forgive me that I needed to test all that stuff. Good people. I would say thanks for watching. Drones, drones, drones again. All the drones. Sparrow. Here's another squid. Come on, take that down, please. That would be nice. Okay, it's going down. Good. People, I would say that's all for today. Hope you liked this episode. If you did, please leave a like on the video. And I hope to see you in the next one. What was that? What exploded there? I don't know. Something exploded and I don't know what. Good. I can live with that. Good people. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. See ya, guys.